forsake them. Trying to reach this ultimate with no ultimatum. Proverbials conveying my verbatim proof operations.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 82 of the Pride Rules MMA podcast. Omar, episode 82. 100's creeping up, brother. It's coming.
It's getting crazy.
It's coming.
It's wild.
I know, man. I got to set something big up for that show. I really do. So before we get into the swing of everything, we just wanted to say what up to our sponsors, the guys who pay the bills here for Pride Rules MMA. Everybody thinks it's Omar, but it's really not. Shout out to 80K Fightwear, Black Hole Jiu-Jitsu, Madama Jiu-Jitsu, 2-Minute Warning Sports, and everybody at Fightbook MMA. Folks, if you want to call in tonight, talk to our guests, talk some MMA with us, the phone number is 917-889-2676. That is 917-889-2676. I am your host, the Reverend Tommy D, joined with me by the Latin sensation that's taking Pride Rules MMA across the nation, El Profesor, Omar Sangarima. What's going on, bro?
¿Qué pasó, hermano? What's going on? Everything's going on. We had a wild week in MMA, bro. I'm excited.
We did. There was a really good event that happened on Saturday night with the fight night in Chile. Maybe not so much for the main event. The card was pretty goddamn good. What do you think?
I think Chile was blessed with an event that it deserved. I hope it goes back. Chile's it's a point of pride for all Hispanics, honestly. Like, I know there's a lot of infighting and whatnot. You know, I'll be the first to tell you, we cut on each other a lot, different flavors of Hispanics. But Chile's actually got its shit together. South of the equator. It's one of the few countries in South America that's not, like, in some form or other on fire right now. So, you know, shout out to Chile. I hope it gets more events like this, you know, and, you know, go invest. Dana White, open up something out there. It's actually a secure investment, my guy. So it was a good event.
I'll tell you what was on fire. That crowd. That crowd was amazing.
Weren't they excited? I'm telling you, bro. They get ignored.
Were amazing.
You know?
They made it so much better to watch because they went nuts for everybody. It was great. It really was great. And not to get off topic, but we do have a guest tonight. Our buddy Shawn is coming on to talk about his upcoming fight for Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series that's coming up July 31st. So we'll be hearing from him a little after 9:30. So, brother, do you want to jump in and just start talking about this event right away? Or do you want to talk about the fact that WWE thus proves that they can make more money than the UFC with just a click of a fucking pen? What do you think?
I like that. I think that's major wild breaking news, just right up to the minute, man. So take it away. Let's open with that.
It was announced today that Fox for 2019 has signed WWE SmackDown, which is every Tuesday night, for $205 million, and the UFC was getting what?
Like $150,
$170,
a paltry,
something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like nothing comparable. A shite less, as our friends across the pond would say.
And I know how everybody sits there and tries to say that WWE is not a sport because it's predetermined.
It is.
Blab-a-dee-bleep-dee-blab. You know what? Fox must think of it pretty goddamn highly to pay them what they're paying them. They're going to have them on there every week for 3 hours.
Yo, Miss America's on TV right now. All right, let's not get carried away with a TV channel granting an event legitimacy. I respect what they do, but not this. This is not a sport business, especially on 2-minute warning. Maybe I'm getting old, and I stay away from those threads more than ever, because it's the same old shit. Like, yeah, they're athletes, but are they doing a sport? Are they? No, Christ, no. Come on, Tommy. It's cool to watch. I have fond memories of watching it back in the day. But you're gonna die on that hill? You're gonna tell me that it's a sport? For sure?
It's a sport to me, damn it. It's a sport to me.
Oh my God, you're that guy in the crowd. Oh, I know exactly. Yeah, that's a deep reference. I love you. That's yeah. That's
but how
fucking
crazy is that?
It's not. You know why? Because at the end of the day, Vince McMahon is a shrewd business person.
A better business
He almost
person
got
than
his wife
Dana White,
elected to the Senate. Right? Remember? He almost got his wife elected to the Senate, for God's sakes. Like that's how wild the McMahon family can get, okay?
So basically what you're saying is he's a better businessman than Dana. That's what you're saying.
I think he's longer in the tooth and he survived. I feel
Vince
absolutely. McMahon, he's survived ups and downs in the sport. Like I think Vince has seen it all, so to speak. He's seen more than Dana White has. I do really feel. And it's in a business that's comparably, at least at first, was comparably murky in terms of no regulation and whatnot. Like for a while there, they were neck and neck that way. And then he's been able to produce a product that bridges demographics that I think even the UFC would die to penetrate. I think WWE makes traction in female demographics a lot further than the UFC does. Don't you agree? Like, come on.
Well, yeah. Look at the resurgence it's doing for Ronda right now.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. So he is a better businessman right now. Flat out, yes, I do believe so. And not that what material worth is the only end all be all, but if we're keeping score, he still is a better businessman. He's a billionaire himself. All right.
I mean, the pay-per-views are just on the WWE app, so that way people don't have to spend their hard-earned money on those couple pay-per-view events a year or a month. It's all right on the app. All the same things that we've been saying that the UFC needs to do.
It's an easier product to leverage. That you have to admit, though. Because you can predetermine the outcome, so it's a lot easier to carry storylines through.
It's easier to build stars, and that's very true. But you can also build stars with the UFC, too. You just don't skyrocket them like they try to do. You know what I mean? You don't cram it down everybody's fucking throat like they did with Yair Rodriguez, like they did with Francis Ngannou. Things can happen organically, because it's not predetermined. There's ways to do it. They used to be able to do it. I don't know, what changed, but they used to be able to do it. But it's just amazing to me that they signed him for that much money, on a 3-hour program where people complain that, Monday Night Raw is 3 hours, and they complain that it's just too damn long. And Fox is throwing that money at them. So do you still think Fox is going to be that third party with the UFC now, Omar? Like you thought last week?
I think they still might be wanting to throw down. I think there's still very many outlets that Fox has to fill. There's a lot of hours. Yes, the WWE drops in a lot of cash. However, I wouldn't be sad if they weren't. Do you get me? Like, I would love nothing more than for, like, say, a Showtime. I don't know how feasible that is, but somebody...
Yeah, but don't you think...
That would be great, though. Get Showtime Boxing on there. Get HBO. Get HBO.
It would be... But here's why I think it would be good for Fox if they kept both. Of course, WWE has viewership that, UFC pay-per-views would cream for, just on a regular Monday or Tuesday night. You know what I mean?
Sure. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's absolutely
So
true.
If you do advertising on WWE television for the UFC, and the UFC does the same thing for WWE, that would help out. I mean, they already swapped their stars. You know what I mean? Brock Lesnar, Ronda Rousey, CM Punk. I'm sorry, I coughed.
You okay?
When I said star, yeah, that hurt.
You're south of the Mason-Dixon line, aren't you? So that might be
hurt a lot.
The Southern Croup.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just think it would be beneficial for Fox to do that, but we'll see what happens. That was a pretty good topic to open with. Let's talk about some fights, brother.
Let's
talk about some fights. So what I'm going to talk about is the fight of the night. Veronica Macedo lost to Andrea Lee. I mean, it was a great fight. it was Lee's Octagon debut. Like I said, it got fight of the night. I mean, Macedo's a tough chick. Her first fight with the UFC, she fought that with a broken fucking arm. I had the pleasure of interviewing her on our French show, Jency and Ace, on The Fighter, the Writer, and the Fans. And she's just an awesome chick, but Lee is the truth, bro. What did you think of the fight?
I think there's no losers there. Everybody's a winner.
Not at all.
I'm glad that was one of the bonus ones, because then, even the quote unquote loser, she still gets rewarded for putting in that sort of effort. I mean, this is one of those fights that makes me question, like, why everybody doesn't fight this way. I know it's wild to ask, and it's a little problematic to even tease it out there, but you know what? I'm nothing if not problematic. Like, how do we incentivize these fighters to do that and to go out and do that all the time? I don't know. But whenever the alchemy is right, you get this as a result, and it was just a gorgeous fight to watch. And it was cool that it was ladies too. I think it was even cooler that it was ladies, because then you could get a whole new, that demographic I spoke of earlier, and you just get ladies on there and be like, look, you guys can get down too. Look at this.
I mean, the submission attempts were amazing. I mean, it made for a really good fight. It was a little one-sided, but Macedo had no give up in her at all.
Yeah,
she was still going for those submissions. There was no quit whatsoever. I thought it was a great fight, and it really showcased how tough and how good Lee is. Because I know she came in with, she was coming in with some hype. You know what I mean? And she lived up to it for sure.
Oh yeah, she didn't shrink from the moment. Which for me in that division, I'm not mad if we can get 5 other Lees, and 5 other Macedos. Like, that division needs as many up-and-comers that could potentially become stars as possible if the division is going to survive. I hate to say this, but some of these divisions are reminding me of remember the old UFC 155 division when it was a really, really thin back in the day? And then it petered out a little bit, and then they just got rid of it for a while. At least in the UFC. Worldwide, the talent was there, but just signed to the UFC. Some of these divisions, I'm just glad it's folks like Lee, hopefully that are keep coming up in that division, man. We need it. I want to see it.
Yeah, I hope so too, dude. Because that was one hell of a fight, and like you said, there are no losers because they both got the fight of the night bonus. I mean, how do you
got paid?
How do you not complain about an extra 50 G's?
I wouldn't say no. Shout out to my boss. Just saying. Just throwing it out there.
I wouldn't say no either.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't say no
either.
Right? Like, I would say no to an extra 5.
Yeah.
Like a whole 50. Good Lord, we'd be going to Sizzler
right?
and Red Lobster in the same night. End at Panera.
Yeah.
Just because.
Back to back. Oh, yeah, you got to end healthy, right?
Yeah. Get some roughage to get all the demon out of you that you just filled yourself up with at the first 2. Yay.
Oh, man. Well, another great fight was Diego Rivas against Guido Canetti. Excuse me, Canetti.
I was going to say he's your boy.
Guido Canetti.
Tommy, you can't mispronounce.
Yeah, he's an Argentinian Italian. That's weird.
No, it's not.
Actually, you know what? No, I can't really say that because my mother told me that I have family that lives in Brazil. So
I could see that. Oh, so hold on.
It's not really that weird.
You have Nazis? You're a fascist?
Oh.
Up the chain. Are they hiding? Are they there?
Yeah, they're hiding Hitler. They're hiding from Tim Kennedy.
Oh,
but
hey, do they have like a lot of gold
really stuck
that
out.
they just brought over?
Yeah.
From the old country? Just saying, painting.
Yeah.
I'll stop. Good God. You can't give me that one. I'll roll right with it. Shit, I noticed them.
Yeah, I teased that one up for you.
Yeah, no, thank you. But that fight was tremendous.
Yeah, but what really stuck out to me with that fight was, this was Rivas' first fight after beating cancer. I mean, how amazing is that?
When
you heard them talking about it, when you heard them talking about it, like the guy, you go from 1 minute, expecting your life to be shortened to beating cancer, and now you're back under the lights in the octagon. It was just an amazing, amazing story.
It's almost got to seem anticlimactic, though. Like, after beating cancer, you just gotta be in there going, you know what? I'm invincible. Like, that's, you know what I mean? That's gotta be cool, man. I wish nothing but the best for him. He gave a great performance. It's not like, it looked like, hey, who's the cancer guy fighting, somebody else here. No, he fought like an animal. So
yeah, it was a really close fight. I thought it was going to be a little home cooking, and I thought he was going to get the decision. But I mean, Kennedy's a tough dude. He's a really tough dude. I mean, those two were putting it on each other. It was one hell of a fight. It really was.
We were privileged to watch it. It really was. It was
you know what? We were privileged for that whole event. We were privileged for that entire event, except for the main event. I'm going to keep saying that every time we talk about these fights before we get to the main event. So it's going to happen a lot.
Oh, boy.
But you know what, man? That great fight set us up for a great knockout by Dominic Reyes.
Yeah.
I mean, he put Cannonier on fucking Dream Street. Woo! Cannonier's a tough dude, bro.
He's shown that he has a decent chin in previous fights, so to see him get starched like that is impressive to me, because there's other people that have tried to do the same thing to Cannonier, and Cannonier just looked at him and laughed at him and kept coming forward and sideways and around. Reyes was like, I'm not playing with that, all right? I only got 5 minutes on the meter, and it's 2 minutes in. I gotta drop you with the kill shot. And that he did. Holy smokes. I don't know, man.
Yeah, man. The funny thing is, I actually had to walk away from the TV to go to the bathroom, and when I came back, the fight was over. I was like, wait, what the hell did I just miss?
Wow, you take long pisses, man. God bless you. The stream is working well. I wish nothing but health on you down the road. So God bless you on that. Jesus, it was a short fight, but that's a long piss. Like,
well, dude, it's not like it's not like I went to go to the bathroom
wash your hands,
when they
Tommy.
announced their names and then came back after.
Don't try to sell me on, you put on, you wash your hands and you put on moisturizer and, you get your elbows in there. No. You know what I'm saying? No, you just shake.
There's no moisturizer that goes on these hands. No moisturizer that goes on these hands.
You got a man's hands. They're rough. They're built for war, for making money, and for saying hi to your lovely, beautiful wife. So that's about it. There you
know who else has man hands? Dominic Reyes.
Yes, he does. That uppercut was just out. That thing was crazy, dude. I just, the other one was.
I
guess it was.
When I watched the replay.
Jesus.
When I watched the replay, all I pictured was Street Fighter Hadouken. Just hearing that.
Yeah, and in regular motion and in full motion, that's accurate. I think it plays at both speeds. So I think you're onto something. So who do you see them throwing at?
Who do you see them throwing at Reyes now after that impressive performance?
Anybody? I mean, what I don't understand is I didn't see the after. Did he call anybody out after this? Because you know what, I at least waited for the fight to be over before having to take my piss. But did he?
I don't think I heard him call anybody out.
And the fight's at 205, right?
You got to give him somebody decent.
No, I mean, 205,
he beat
right?
a good guy. You got to give him.
Remind me. It's 205, yeah? I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, so that division is wide open for this guy to kind of slip in the side door and put on a clinic there, because I think everybody ranked ahead of him has, the median age is 63. I feel like, and a couple of standard deviations apart, you got, 120-year-old World War II veterans that are still somehow fighting at 205. That division
so
is who they get. Stars.
You know who I think they should give him?
Manoa.
Either Corey Anderson.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, that makes more sense. Manoa.
Yeah, you know what? No, just Corey Anderson. Give him Corey. That's what I want to see. Give him Corey.
I want to see Manuel get knocked down again, though. Like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Something about his face just makes me want to pat. Like, I don't like.
Well, I want to see how this guy can do. I want to see how this guy can do off his back because Corey's putting him on his back.
Corey has.
Oh, he's getting a takedown.
Type of wrestling chops. Yeah, that's going to be problematic for Dominic. Maybe he's a breakdancer. He's got kind of a breakdancer sort of name. D-Boy Reyes, D-Ray. He could be a Dudley brother, right? To tie it back, he could be the third or fourth Dudley boy. I don't know.
I think he'd be like the seventh Dudley.
He would, right? That's a large brood. I tapped out when there was like three of them, and one of them kind of had a limp. I said, you know what? They're stretching this gimmick a little thin, but yeah, okay. So the seventh one. Then. I'll defer to your expert judgment, man. I'm out of my depth.
I thank you. I thank you for referring to my expert judgment.
You're
learning. You're learning who the star is. You're learning
about male ballerinas and stuff. You're definitely all over that, Tommy.
Hey, you're insulting fight book owner Roberto Villa. His what do you say? His uncle. You say his uncle? Wait a minute, because he had just messaged me before.
You see what? What about this guy's uncle?
His uncle was a lucha libre wrestler.
Yeah, and you know what? And he's our supreme benefactor and keep messing up his goddamn last name, all right? What do two L's mean in Spanish land, Tommy? You know this, all right? Not Villa. He's not some porch that you buy in Italy. That you get on Airbnb. Let's hear it, brother. Come on. I know you know this. All right?
Villa.
Roberto. Thank you, Senor D. See?
Rob, I hope I did that right this time. Omar's just trying to embarrass the star.
Roberto. Anyway. There you go. See? You got to say it with a little flair, too, because he shakes his head when he says his name. Hello, my name is Roberto Villa. Like, there's a little pause there.
He's probably hysterical right now.
I think he's going to stab you. No, man, I respect him.
He's got a great
strong name. I got stuck with Sangarima. What the hell do I cop to that? Like, that doesn't sound anything. All right? Albanians won't have me. Hispanics look at me like, what is that? Italians are like, nope. Right? So, not even the Brazilian ones that are hiding out. They won't take me. Anyway.
Well, let's...
Your favorite fight of the
Suarez,
night.
homie.
Oh, no, we got one more. That's right.
Tatiana Suarez. One
boy.
hell of a show against Alexa Grasso. I mean, I knew Suarez was going to win. Grasso's a tough chick. She's real tough, but Suarez is just too damn good on the ground. Yeah,
her skills are too damn high. It's that dude. It's with that little sideburns. It's that Black Reverend. Her ground skills are too damn high. Like, she's just no joke,
dude.
Man. Her squeeze,
and she was
too.
catching so much shit.
Yeah.
Afterwards, for what she said on the mic, I don't get it. I didn't think that she was that bad.
No, I know, and you know what? I might sound like a curmudgeonly old Tommy G here. I might for a second, but. Not everybody that fights is going to know how to work the mic, man. I was just having this conversation.
I'm sorry, they shouldn't have to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was having this conversation with not James, my boy, my correspondent at work, another dude at work, and it was just the whole general concept of, this poor kid killing it at school, right? Except public speaking class is whooping him. And I'm like, bro, you're smart. You can do everything. No. Public speaking is not something to be taken for granted, Tommy. Like, you and I both know. Yeah, it's something that, it can come naturally, but there is also some trepidation. So imagine, I don't know how well I do on a microphone in front of a bunch of folks, that, especially after going through an adrenaline-soaked joyride like I just did, and maybe hopefully winning, in this fantasy that I'm concocting. Hopefully I win in my own fantasy, right, Tommy? But what's the guarantee that you're gonna, can put two sentences together after something like that? Come on, we're asking a lot. When you have it, it's great, but shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think that she was that bad. Not everybody can be witty on the spot like that. Dude, I'm going to tell you this right now. If it wasn't for the fact that we're doing this privately, if we had to do this like an audience, I don't know if I'd be able to do it.
Yeah, you would.
I don't know. I would need some beta blockers, I think.
I have full faith and credit. Oh, beta blockers, is that what we're calling it? Okay. I have full faith and credit of the Treasury Department. I would bet it on you. I think, because what you said is really what it boils down to. There's no real difference with, we're out in public, we're not here. It's in your head. But to that effect, imagine, dude, being on the mic after winning a fight. You just trained for 3 months or however long. It was crazy. You cut weight, you weighed in. They probably poked and prodded at you. You had to probably pee a bunch of times to make sure that you weren't a dirty fighter. Then you win. Everybody's going nuts. Your dreams come true. You have a career.
She did work, man.
And you have to talk.
She did work. She's so good on the ground. Who do you think is beating her? I don't think anybody.
No. What impressed me the most was the squeeze on the rear naked. It really was. Because we have a bit of a grappler's eye, you and I, Tommy. She cut through that lady. A bit, exactly.
Yes.
But she cut through that lady. It's one thing to, get it and be a dogged, persistent person on the ground and, you catch it. No. I imposed my will on another person. Whatever you were trying to do, I was just going to laugh at, supersede, and I was going to subjugate your will to mine. That was impressive.
Yeah.
And that should be scary, honestly, to anybody thinking about fighting her, because, Grasso's tough. I don't think she had no ground skills. This is not to take away from her. I think that the step up is so far between the two of them that's what was more impressive. Grasso's no slouch on the ground either. But Suarez just, holy smoke, Suarez said,
well,
we're going
saw her
here,
on The Ultimate Fighter.
This, and you're choking. Yeah.
You saw her on The Ultimate Fighter. She was she's just amazing. So let's talk about something that's not so amazing. That main event.
Right, you hate this fight.
Look,
good Lord.
You know why? And I'm torn. Because it's very hard for somebody to showcase everything that they could do against a guy like Damian Maia, right? Because you go to the ground with him, you're just getting sucked into a black hole that you're probably not coming out of. He's just so good on the ground. But it's amazing to me, for the long career that he's had, he's never learned how to throw a combo to set up a takedown. He throws. I don't get it. Because even when he escaped the jiu-jitsu stuff and was just going straight kickboxing, when he was on that that I don't want to go to the ground streak, and his striking was that abysmal time where he thought he was Peter Ertz or Ramon Deckers. Yeah, I remember that point in his career. I'm trying not to. To be honest with you, I try to forget it. I'm sure he does too. If he had stopped those shenanigans and just stuck to what he was good at, he would have been a champion. Because look at the resurgence he had after he rededicated himself to hey, listen, I have unique and singular advantages in this one area. In this modern era of MMA, I've still, solved the matrix to the point where I'm in the matrix and everybody else isn't when it's time for jiu-jitsu time. Happy jiu-jitsu times. Right, but when you put him in there against an elite wrestler like a Tyron Woodley and a Kamaru Usman, they're going to negate those takedown attempts.
And then what?
He pulled guard in the one round, which he probably should have kept trying to do, because his takedown attempts, they just weren't working. Usman was landing some shots on him. He was. He didn't get outstruck by Damian Maia like Colby Covington did. Kamaru Usman's eye wasn't fucking taped over like Colby Covington's was. But I don't know. I was very high up on Usman. I still think he could be amazing, but these past 2 fights, it's this time he broke his hands. Hands didn't look broke to me. What do you think?
Nobody has lost more with 2 wins in their career than Kamaru Usman. What about that?
And that's a sad thing to say.
That's
a very sad thing to say.
But am I wrong?
And I was asked by another guy, Jeremiah Dankins, who has a podcast. He asked me, who do I think would win between Usman and Woodley? You know what? I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know how that fight would go. You want me to be honest with you? I don't know how it would go. I think Woodley's too strong with the stand-up. Because, I mean, he hits you with one of those fucking overhands. You're on Dream Street. When it comes to the wrestling, I really don't know.
Is Woodley mainlining the stem cells, though? I think that's the deciding factor. Because I think that's the only legal form of doping. If Woodley is injecting stem cells directly into his eyeballs and neck area, we're going to see a different level of Woodley. You know? I'm only half joking because we're going to have to see how he does after the injury, bro. You know? Like, really, the wear and tear on that shoulder.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. And it's taking long enough. And, and I'm it's weird because part of me says, take all the time you need. I want you to come back 100%. Please, right? But then I start getting nervous because, like a wise man once said, I'm waiting for the piano to drop. And, is he taking extra time because he has to? He's not a young guy, and he's put a lot of wear and tear on his body, obviously. Fighting is a contact sport. What are we thinking with that? Are we ever going to see a Woodley, I hope he does. But that's, I guess, a roundabout way of saying if Woodley comes back at anything less than 100%, Usman might be a champion, and that makes me sad to say. It really does. I'm sorry,
ago,
but
if you asked me that, I wouldn't say it was sad. A month ago, if you asked me that, I wouldn't say it was sad. But these past 2 showings, yeah, I kind of see where you're going with that, and that's probably, now I see why he's getting passed over as much as he is.
He has to start GoFundMe's to get people to come watch his fights, for God's sake. You know what I mean? There's nothing. You could have put 2 wooden dummies, and Chile would have come out to watch that. That crowd was insane. God bless them.
Yeah.
And it's not something that happens every day. You try to run that baloney in Atlantic City or in Vegas.
Oh, they would have got booed. The whole fight would have got booed.
You would have gotten booed, number one, and number 2, the crowd shot at the end of the victory speech would have had 7 people, and I think 3 of them would have been Usman's family in the crowd. It was.
Well, there probably would have been better fights in the stands, to be honest with you.
I would hope so. If I had been I would have been angry. But I mind my P's and Q's when I'm in Chile. I'm not a citizen. I don't want to mess around.
Well, we'll see what goes on with that. But let's give our buddy Shawn a call. I know he's waiting. He's been listening to the show.
There you go. Give me a second. I'll hop off and I'll hop on. Of course he listens.
No,
he listens every week.
Do it right on air. Just do it right on air.
Oh, we're free-balling it today, sir.
Yeah, we're free-balling. Let's just do it right on air.
Hello?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have the heavyweight who's coming up to fight on the Tuesday Night Contender Series. The man who's been ducking me, NBA superstar ducks child support, Shawn Teed. What's up, man?
Oh, wow.
Oh, that was aggressive.
That was super aggressive, Shawn. He's your friend?
Wow.
Right? Yeah. You got a lot
of... You can recall me and...
Yeah. We got to do it again. Hold on. I'm hanging up calling you back and be like, I'm sorry, Mr. T.
Yeah.
Please.
Don't you dare. With Blog Talk, we might not be able to get him back.
He might. Why would he want to come back? you likened him like. I mean, who's a terrible guy in the NBA that ducks shots? Well, all I can remember is the football player Cromartie, right? But who's maybe Kobe?
Oh,
Kobe got
man.
wild in Colorado.
What is going on, buddy? It's been so long since we talked to you last. How you been?
I've been good, man. Training a lot. Busy. How are you guys doing?
Busy. We've been really busy. We've been really busy, but very excited for you getting this opportunity against the real life Afro Samurai. With
oh yeah,
fucking.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I was looking this guy up. I don't think he's fought anybody with a winning record before, so I think you got to step up with that, buddy.
Yeah, or under the age of 40.
That was another thing I noticed. There were some veterans. There was some AARP. He was on the AARP fight card the other day.
The free donut list is what that was.
That's what I'm saying. No, they give you investment advice at the end of the fight, right? They say, listen, we have an annuity that can pay you as much as a pension could if you win, right? Like that's what they hand out. Hand out whole life insurance policies. No medical exams required. Who is he fighting, for God's sake, Shawn? I mean, like, really, what has prepared him? I feel like it's going to be bad news for this kid when he fights an actual fighter.
Yeah, I just feel like he hasn't fought anybody that, is going to be able to stop his, really sloppy wrestling and his robot punches and stuff like that. I didn't see anything that's going to, really not make me walk through this kid in the first round.
Yeah, you know my feelings on the contender. How did this get set up for you?
Through Sucker Punch Entertainment, my manager, Brian Hamper. I had another guy lined up. It was Adam Daytrick or whatever the hell that guy's name is. And I thought that was a way better fight. I thought he was like 7-0, knocking everybody out. I think, it's a perfect fight for me. Really little ground. And all of a sudden that fell through. And then I got this guy that's 3-0, and really thinks, if you follow this kid anywhere, he really thinks highly of himself. But, I've had a lot of people that thought they were something special, and, they end up in that L category.
Yeah, I was hoping that I saw your name on TV Saturday. I was like, wait, what? They're talking about Greg Hardy. Why are they talking about Greg Hardy? They're talking about a guy that barely has any MMA credentials whatsoever. They should be talking about an actual fucking heavyweight that can do wonders for the UFC, not a wife beater. I don't know. That's just me. I guess no press or bad press is just as good press. I don't like that guy whatsoever. I was actually hoping that you got him. I would have loved to have seen you just obliterate that guy.
That name was never on the table for me. So.
Well, because they're protecting him. That's what it is, man. They don't want to see him. They in a sick way.
He just had an opponent change too. Like versus a guy that all of his wins are by KO in the first round.
Really?
Jesus.
Yeah.
So, what are they doing then? They should have just given them to you. Handled them, rolled them up. Could have cut.
Oh, that would have been cool because one of my friends is a diehard Cowboys fan too.
Oh, that's even better. There you go. Messing around with his ass. Just feel like, listen, this is what happens. Good guy.
So what else has been going on, man? What else has Sucker Punch had you doing with the time that you've had off since your last fight?
Not too much. I really just got this. I had one other fight thrown at me, but it just didn't make any sense at all career-wise. It was versus somebody that I already fought. I'm not going to say a name, but it was versus somebody that didn't even deserve another shot versus me. So that came up. I threw that aside. It wasn't worth, going in there and getting injured or something for this opportunity. But obviously, getting in shape before I even get in the fight camp. So, I'm already really in shape. because I had Corey's, I had Carl's fight. I was helping those guys. I have some other teammates that are, have fights early, late June, early July and stuff. So I'm helping all those guys getting ready. So it's, I'm feeling great. This is probably one of the best feelings I've had. Me and Kristen, we got our condo, all that different stuff. And life's just easy right now. Going to all my practices, life's just, perfect right now.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way, man. I know you mentioned Carl. That was a tough outing for him. He wasn't fighting a slouch. How's he feeling, man?
He was ready to jump back into training like the next day. I know he's gonna do a lot of wrestling stuff and jiu-jitsu stuff, but he's still young in his career. He has as many fights as I do. So him going out there and getting that L early in his career, it doesn't really affect him long run. He's gonna come back like he always, and be on fire. The kid, I'm not looking forward to training with him because of how hard he's gonna go in practice now.
he's gonna make it up, and yeah.
Is it almost better to get like that monkey off your back just to get that loss out of the way? Do you think?
Yeah, when I lost to Zoo, that was honestly, it's probably weird to say, it was probably the best thing that ever happened in my career. At that point, I really had nothing to lose. I was 3-0 fighting a guy that had like 19 fights or whatever he did, multi-time champ. And, I had him in danger, bad. So, that was a learning experience for me that, I do belong in this sport. And, this hiccup's not going to define me. And, I've gone on a tear in my last 2 fights. I totally dominated everybody. So, it's one of those things that I would rather get it away early in my career than be on a 5-fight win streak, in the UFC, or 4 fights and then lose, and then you're right back down to where you started. So I'd rather get it done with early and then go on that tear.
Yeah, Omar, what do you think? Because I feel the same way that he does. What do you think, man?
It's at least what I'm glad for in the sport is that this is the fan base, and I'm starting to believe, hopefully, the promoters understand that it's not like boxing, and that's the biggest argument I have with straight up old school boxing heads. It's like, oh man, all these guys with these records, and a couple of them have 1 or 2 losses. How are they even fighting for titles? Or how are they fan favorites and whatnot? MMA is a lot different, But getting that first loss, I think, like Shawn's saying, and like you said, Tommy, I think it's good. You test yourself, you see it, and I'd rather see that than guys, that we talked about at the beginning of the show, or even this cat that Shawn's going to be fighting next, accepting subpar competition. Like, that's not what you get in for, right, Shawn? Like, you get in to fight.
Yeah, I turned down, I didn't turn down, but I was, I went after CFFC to get me, higher competition, better guys, fly people in to fight me. I don't want to fight Joe Schmo, that's going to do 0 for me. I want to fight the best people in that area. That's why when the opportunity came up to fight Zoo, to fight John Romero, to fight Joshua Marsh. Joshua Marsh was a champion of another league, and he was, knocking guys out, ground and pounding them, actually. But, and then Adam Myers, my last fight, everybody thought that kid was a super stud. I like putting people in their place, but fighting people that everybody shows you as the underdog. Like, even this fight, if you go to, Tapology or whatever has you can vote. They have me at, a 13% chance to win, and it's, 6% is decision. So, I don't know who's voting on these things, but it's crazy.
They got bots. It's Russian bots. Sure. I'm going to tell you. I'm pissed off.
I take those Tapology and share dog shits with a grain of salt, honestly. When I look at them, if he has, more people in the state that he lives in, that actually goes on that thing to vote, that's, who gives a shit? I look at body of work. And I look at your body of work compared to his body of work, and I don't see you as an underdog at all. I don't see you as an underdog at all. But that's just me. Maybe it's my bias.
Stay an underdog, though, please, because I want to make some coin. So please, let's not, I don't want to sway nobody. All right, don't get wild, all right? Let's keep the betting lines right where they need to be. Daddy wants a new car. So please.
Oh man, so you haven't gotten into fight camp yet. So what have you just been doing? Just strength and conditioning, stuff like that?
Yeah, because I actually started with Bulldog strength and conditioning, which like Corey transferred over to. Carl's been with them for a while. BJ Young's over there. Frankie Perez is over there now. He's something serious, man. Like, I don't have any easy workouts over there. And I've thrown up multiple workouts now. It's bad. And then, like, I'll go outside, do your business, and then come back in and he's like, all right, you got to finish your sets and stuff like that. Like, keep something serious, man. And it's good because he's pushing everybody to their limits. And, I'm excited to see what's up with this camp and stuff like that because we're not even into it. And the stuff he has me doing is just crazy. It's awesome. I also started working with Brian Wright, Carl's coach, and the stuff we're doing over there, adding a lot of kicks, a lot of elbows, a lot of more boxing stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of new things popped off in this fight.
And I'm sure you're still working with Fast Eddie Chambers, right?
Yep.
That's one hell of a murderer's row of coaching, bro. So now I got to ask you this. If you win this fight and Dana wants to offer you a contract, but he wants to offer you a contract at light heavyweight, you taking it?
I can't make light heavyweight.
Really?
I can't.
Hold on. He started to talking shit to you, Shawn, and then now he's fat shaming you. You catch what he's throwing down
Whoa.
here? I don't know.
You dare, Omar.
Jesus. Tommy, I want to apologize on his behalf. Shawn.
No, it's one of those things that, like, if I cut to 205, I'd look like a Holocaust victim.
Oh, shit.
Tommy knows all about those. His family in Brazil does, anyway.
Because Dana did that to Carl. Dana did that to Carl.
Yeah, but Carl has fought at 85 before.
You think Dana knew that, though?
Yeah, he knew that. You're telling me he doesn't look up everything about guys going in there and be like, let me take Shawn that's never weighed in below 250 and ask him to cut 45 more pounds.
Hey, Tyler King did it.
Oh boy.
You never know what Dana. And that's the one thing that scares me with the contender. Like the heavyweight division needs so much new blood. But I could see him turn around like, so hey, you think you can make light heavyweight?
I don't think it. If he did any kind of research, I don't see him making that inaccurate of a statement.
I don't want to see you at light heavyweight. I want to see you at heavyweight.
You won't see me at light heavyweight. If they made like a 235, if they made like a 235 division or something, then you could see me cut to that probably.
Shawn's on that with the quickness. No, sir, you won't see me yet. You know what? Not this want business. It's not gonna happen. Like that.
No.
Hey, I'm glad he's coming in with the fire. I told him he better come in with the fire.
Because then at 205, I got to compete with guys like Corey and stuff like that. And I don't want that in my life.
Yeah, there's plenty of fights at heavyweight for him too, and he's the perfect build for heavy, like for a very good, successful, long-term career and skillful heavyweight. He's right in that wheelhouse, I feel like. So what's this conversation's getting a little sideways, Thomas. What are you trying to do, man? Trying to make him feel bad. That's no good. I don't like it.
It's not make me feel bad.
Yeah, good. Damn it. Stand your ground, sure.
Omar,
him
yeah,
get
I like my Shane meals too much.
Good. See?
So are you gonna eat a Reuben right on camera after you just blast this guy, like right when you're doing your interview?
I do love me a Reuben.
Does it?
If someone presented me with a Reuben right then, I would not turn it down.
Oh, here's some
Omar loves
Thousand
the Reuben
dressing.
too, but it's not the sandwich, unfortunately.
Oh, whoa! My uncle's named Reuben. How dare you? That's disgusting. That's terrible, Tommy. Oh, that's awful.
Old Uncle Reuben.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I gotta move. I'm gonna Urban Dictionary that. Hold on. Let me get incognito mode.
I wouldn't do that.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, this is a really exciting time. This is a really exciting time for you guys, with the whole team. I mean, Corey's just a couple takedowns away from shattering the light heavyweight record for takedowns. I mean, that's amazing. Just in the short amount of time he's been in the UFC. Frankie just had the big win over Cub. It's great to see that. Oh my God. I just completely spaced on his name. That's fighting Dustin Poirier. How the hell could I just completely space on his name?
Eddie Alvarez?
Help me out here. Yeah. Yes. Oh my
Jesus.
God.
What's wrong with Tommy?
Bro, it's been a long couple weeks, man. It's been a long couple weeks.
Peter Rubin, get your mind back. Let's get some of them Jewish steroids in.
Dressing. But I was happy to see that
he likes Russian undressing more than Russian dressing.
There you go. I was really happy to see that Eddie signed that fight because a lot of the reports that were coming out were Eddie saying he was just going to sit out. I'm glad that fight's happening. I hope it starts pushing towards a title contention of some sort. What do you think there, Shawn?
Yeah, definitely. I think that was a fight that should have been rematched really quick because didn't he get DQ'd with an illegal knee that was illegal at the time but it's legal now or something like that?
Yeah, we still can't figure out that knee business. I think they should have just left it alone. They should have just left it the way it was, honestly. There was a lot less confusion then than there is now because not every state adheres to it. Not every state does the replay. It's just completely, it's too stupid. But, it's nice to see Eddie getting back in there. I mean, you can't have the guy who won Fight of the Year last year sitting out, You got to give him an exciting fight. Have you been training with him much?
With Eddie?
Stay downstairs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't train
downstairs,
with
by the way,
yeah, she's cooking steak outside because I'm on the phone with you guys. But he's little, man. He's at practices when I'm there and stuff like that. But he's little. We don't really train 1-on-1.
Well, I didn't mean actually training with him 1-on-1, Shawn. I love how he said he's little.
He is little.
He's trying to get you to cut to 205, man. He's trying to subliminally hit you.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, what the hell is going on?
I don't want to see him cut to 205. I hate that shit.
Nobody does.
I hated it when they did it to Carl.
He's trying to live vicariously through me.
That's what it is.
Yes.
He's like, what? I could be a svelte 205er. I mean, so could I. I'm not trying to fat shame nobody. I'm not. Let me say that right now. But let him live, bro. He likes Rubens. He's a man of taste and character.
I don't want to see him drop to 205. Just like you said, I can't stand that. Like I was saying, I hate it when they did that to Carl because, yes, I know he's fought at middleweight, but light heavyweight needs a serious infusion. And he definitely could be somebody that could reign at the top of the light heavyweight division. I think.
Are you kidding me? He could have a legit 20-year career in the UFC starting today. Right now, he should. You know what I mean? Like, that division is perfect for, and Shawn, your skill set lends itself to imposing your will, not getting hit as much. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's good. These are all things that are, we're going to be talking to this guy for the next 20 years. He's going to be kicking ass and taking names. You heard it here, folks.
I hope
but
so.
Do not bet on him this fight, though. I want him as the underdog. I need the points. Please.
I need the under-over.
No,
yeah.
dude, he's gonna blow up. He's gonna blow up in the UFC, and he's gonna forget about us. It's gonna happen. He's gonna blow us off like
way too much. You messaged me way too much on Facebook to forget about you.
Oh, Jesus.
Should I put a screenshot of who messaged who last night? Let's just
man,
put that
I think we're getting a Dear Stan moment set up here. Shawn, I like your style. I like how you set it up and you.
Yeah,
you
he's
cut
real
him to
tough
the
over the phone.
Whoa!
He's a telephone tough guy over there.
Oh my sweet Lord! Yeah, okay. Jesus Christ! I think his leg could beat you up, Tommy.
I'm pretty sure one leg kick from him, I'd be limping a hell of a lot worse than I do now.
I might set you right. You know, he might have to give me that low cat kick. It'll help with my my Achilles heel problem.
Straighten the rod out. He can straighten the rod out in my shin.
Yeah, it'll realign you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That works.
I like it.
So, are we going to get to see a head kick or what, man? I know you said you could do them.
I don't know. I might pull a hammy. But I mean, it's there. It's in the arsenal. I mean, there's a bunch in the arsenal. Just if I throw it or not.
I mean, Omar, besides like Gabriel Gonzaga, do you remember any other heavyweights that threw leg or head kicks? I mean, true heavyweights, not Crow Cop.
Hey, how dare you take away the one big head kicker in the heavyweight division? Have you seen anybody except all the people that throw head kicks? No, Tommy. I guess I haven't. If you give me all those caveats. You bastard. What? Oh,
I had to try and level the playing field a little bit.
What do you mean by digging it in a ditch? Shawn, see what I deal with. This guy. Good Lord.
I think we need to bring
Give me
Shawn
a list
on,
of basketball players that aren't black that are top 5. Yeah, thanks, bro. Like, way to go. What are we doing here? It's a pointless enterprise.
I could tell you one thing. If you landed a head kick, I think that's a guaranteed contract.
Yeah, I'm going to go out and Frankenstein head kick this guy. Maybe they'll put his eyes closer. Maybe they'll put his eyes closer to the guy.
Oh, God. I was waiting. I was hoping. I was like, yo, this guy, there's a lot of smoke we could throw at this guy. Easily. Nice. They got special glasses for that. I had a kid in class who did that. He had glasses and he had a patch on one eye. And when he took the patch off, they were closer together. I was like, that's magic. He's like, no, it's my prescription.
Magic.
So,
I mean, like, through this whole process, does the UFC, like, contact you continuously, or how does this all work?
It's like periodically. Like, they like notify you when you have to go out for filming and stuff. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you guys when I'm going out and stuff. Probably not. So you go out there with a bunch of other people. It wasn't that hard a process, actually. It was just send them a crap ton of paperwork, send them, stuff from like the last 2 years, all my physicals, BS, a lot of crap. Make like 1 million photocopies and send it to them. But besides that, it was actually a pretty easy process.
So wait, when you're saying go out for, so the fight that happens on the 31st isn't really live?
No, it is.
Oh, okay. All right, when you're
but we go out there for filming, like pre-filming. They had to like push the sled and hit mitts and act like a big tough guy. Stuff like that.
Omar, I really hope that Uriah Faber and Snoop Dogg get to do that whole podcast thing, because I think that they're hysterical. I would love to watch this fight with those two. What did you think of Snoop and Uriah?
I
thought they were hilarious.
Yeah, they absolutely were. They can apply to a lot of folks. You know what I'm saying? That's a demographic that's untouched, I believe.
Yeah, so, Omar and I were talking about this earlier because we heard about that whole WWE deal with Fox. it's going to be on the app, right? Your fight. It's going to be on the Fight Pass app now. It's not going to be on regular TV like they might have been hoping.
I have no clue about this stuff. I've literally been asked by a million people, is it going to be on TV? Is it going to be on ESPN? Is it going to be on this? Is it going to be on that? I don't know. You guys probably know more than I do.
ESPN Plus.
Kristen said that she thinks it's going to be on ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't
there you go. She knows more than I do.
That's usually
Yeah, that ESPN deal doesn't go through till 2019, right?
Yeah, I had no clue. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a terrible person to talk to when it goes to that stuff because I don't pay attention at all about anything.
So, I mean, you're here to promote it. You got to kind of have something for the people to watch.
I don't know what channel it's going to be on. But I know it's going to be on at least Fight Pass.
It's a streaming service.
No shit.
Not going to be on TV.
Oh, this is amazing. Oh, I'm glad she's setting you straight about it being a streaming service, Shawn.
Yeah, right.
Jesus Christ.
So, speaking of streaming services, what's been going on with the Twitch stuff? Has our T-shirt gotten you any new followers, Shawn? Because I haven't, seen you wearing it as of late.
I only got that one T-shirt. I thought you were sending me another T-shirt also.
But we haven't seen you in any other, Twitch stuff.
I've sent you a picture of me in that. I haven't really streamed
that was like
that much at all. I don't know. I think that a year and a half's a stretch.
Yeah, we've only been on a year, but. So no more Twitch. You're not,
I hop on there every once in a while, but it's just like I moved. I did a bunch of different stuff. I'm training so much right now. I'm coaching. It's something that's on the back burner right now. I have a really important fight lined up, and I'm just trying to put all my focus towards that right now.
So you mentioned that you were on that you had some students fighting in jiu-jitsu tournament this weekend. How did everybody do?
I had 3 students get silver, and I had 1 get a gold medal. It was at the Good Fight in Madison.
Oh shit! Nice.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Nice.
Good Fight is a great organization. It's a good promotion.
Yeah,
I never did anything with them.
Yeah, I actually was toying around the idea of actually competing in it. What was that? Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can still hear.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason my blog talk said host queue or something like that. But yeah, I was actually toying around the idea of competing, but I didn't want to go in there and get like a knee injury or anything BS wise. But I actually was kind of happy I didn't because I watched the whole purple belt division, and it was not the most talent stacked division there.
Yeah, no.
You
need to live in a bubble. You need to live in a bubble for the next few goddamn months.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do.
Put saran wrap on you.
Need to keep you. Yes.
Exactly. Or bubble wrap, not saran wrap. Saran wrap would be weird. Bubble wrap is okay. Sorry.
Well, saran wrap sounds like your Friday night, Omar.
It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right? I'm not a young man anymore. I gotta get in while I can.
Well, like Shawn said the first time that he was on the show when he was talking to you, is those long nights at the bus stop.
Hey, man, you never let me.
Oh, yeah, I did say that. Yeah.
Yo, Shawn lit me up. And I'd like to know, I had your back, though, today, Shawn. I just want to say I can see past that. And,
good.
And, what's fair is fair, and what's right is right. And what Tommy's been throwing at you today just ain't been correct, all right? I'll talk to him off air. I'm sorry, brother.
So Shawn, when you win and get your fight offer at light heavyweight, who's the first guy you're looking for?
Oh, see what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, come on, man. Good God. And I work at the bus stop.
No, man.
He's the one
But
who's
honestly,
shitting his mouth.
I'm really glad to see everything is starting to come together for you. I mean, you definitely deserve it. You've been busting your hump for a while, and you definitely deserve you deserve better than to have to go on to the show. But I mean, whatever gets you to the dance gets you to the dance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's a good opportunity to go out there and put on a show in a very little, if it's a little showcase like that. I think it's a good opportunity.
Well, I mean, it's good because you're getting a fight in front of Dana, and that's a big incentive for you. You're getting a fight in front of the boss, and like you said, you get on that. I'm sure it's going to be on the Fight Pass app, so a hell of a lot of people are going to know who you are that night, especially when you beat this guy. I definitely think you're going to beat him. You just got to beat him quick. Don't take
Yeah, I was busting Carl's chops, and I was like, my goal is to beat your record, right? He was like, there's no way. His record is like 15 seconds on there. It's the fastest knockout ever on that show.
Yeah, it was quick.
Yeah. So I told him I was going to run across like Verdum and try to kick the guy in the face.
Oh, no. That's not...
the double drop kick?
That'd be tremendous. I love it.
Yeah.
Shawn, I'm glad that you just mentioned Verdum. You're starting to turn into a Segway king yourself here. I think we might have to have you on the show as a host too. What are your thoughts about the Olenek Verdum fight? Because that fight is it's pretty much signed and set up. Do you think Olenek pulls off another Ezekiel choke on Verdum, or do you think he's just going to get outclassed?
I like Verdum. I see myself like a lot. We do a lot of the same things. Like he's a jiu-jitsu guy that is able to let his hands go and stuff like that because of it. So I like him. I hope he's still there when I get up to that level one day, and it's like jiu-jitsu guy versus jiu-jitsu guy. That'd be awesome.
But do you think Olenek would be stupid enough to let Verdum get him mounted so he can try that Ezekiel choke?
No. I don't think that you give Verdum really much anything on the ground.
Yeah, no, me either. I don't think this guy's going to be able to stand with him because he was getting peppered. I know you didn't get to watch the fight this weekend. Did you get to watch the Olenek fight the weekend before?
No, I heard about it. I've never watched many of the fights lately. I've been super busy. But I heard about it. Yeah, I heard about it from everybody.
I just don't get it. Especially in the heavyweight division, you're going to allow people to get you in half guard. You're going to allow people to get you in mount. Do you think it's just lack of ground skill for his opponents? Because, I mean, an Ezekiel choke, even in gi, I'm not going to say it's low percentage, but you just don't see it as much. In MMA, you don't see it at all.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that before. I land a move that nobody's seen before and done, and stuff like that. So it's one of those things that you just catch everybody off guard with. It's not saying it won't happen again.
I like how he's throwing that in there too.
Yeah, right.
That's clutch.
I love it. So
yeah.
Pick a winner. You're picking Verdum, right? Overall,
I like Verdum. We both strangle people with a smile on our face. So
it's normal. It's totally normal. Yeah.
We both strangle people with a smile on our face. I love it.
That's a quote. That's a quote right there. It really is.
It is.
Yeah.
That's something that might have to get fucking clipped and set out before your fight.
I like that.
What do you think, Omar?
I like that idea a lot. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, we can probably make a meme out of it too.
There's pictures of him smiling somewhere. There's got to be. He's a very photogenic guy.
There's plenty of them.
Exactly.
There's a lot. Yeah.
There's plenty of them.
Yeah. So.
He's a ham.
We'll make something happen. He's a ham. Jesus Christ. Another shot at his weight. Big Tommy.
But you know when he won't be smiling? You know when he won't be smiling? When Tommy D survives 5 minutes.
No. Yeah,
Indeed.
no way. Jesus Christ.
I'll
Tommy,
smile at
have
you
children.
waking up in the hospital.
Yo. Tommy, you
Oh
have
God, that would
children
make
now.
such a great video.
No, you have children now. No. Like, this is not, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to have a Stone Cold and Vince McMahon situation in the hospital. I know that's immediately where your mind went because you're a crazy son of a gun. But no.
It's for
Jesus
the
Christ.
good of the show. It has to happen.
For the good of the
Are
show,
you
I want
still
your
down,
kids to have a
Shawn?
dad. Are you still down? You're challenging him? What the hell is going on? Oh, oh my God.
I'm
Are you
cool.
still
We
down,
can
Shawn?
we can light
Like,
roll. That's cool.
Yeah, no. After today, Sean's like, no, we're no cameras. We're gonna do it like the old Hicks and Gracie style.
Yeah.
Where that crazy Japanese dude came into the studio and they have one VHS tape that they pass around at Gracie parties to laugh at Hickson beating up some luchador. And that's what it's gonna be. Good God. Some
I
snuff
told you,
film.
Shawn, it's not light rolling. We're gonna light spar.
It's an 8mm film, is what it is. Nick Cage did a movie like this, and it was grisly. All right, I'm not feeling having a
Hey,
sequel.
look, man,
Like,
I can sacrifice myself for the good of the show.
Yeah, you have children. Tommy, I say again, you're a father to two beautiful kids. All right, you have pets, a wife. Come on, man.
Well, I'll
Don't do
just
that.
make sure I come in at light heavyweight weight to be around what Dana's going to ask him to do.
Oh God. Yeah, let's let our man get his steak. I think it's steak time for John.
I gotta
Is
bust
what I'm
his
hearing.
chops a little bit since it's been so long since he's been on the show.
Oh, see, like no. Oh my God. I swear it's like Don Rickles. You get him going, and he's just gonna lay into you for a good 15 minutes. I like it, man. But
No, man. In all seriousness, like I was saying before, it's so great that you're getting this opportunity. We're really excited for you. I know we were looking for you to get that CFFC title, but shit, man. I think this kind of trumps that. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think that's better. It's just better all around. You know, with the CFFC, I had a lot of fights for them. I had I had all of my pro fights for them. You know, 6 fights for them in a row. I got the opportunity to fight for the belt once, fell short, and then I was going to have to fight a guy that I already fought for the belt. I mean, not for the belt. I fought Chris Dawkins in my very first fight. So I was going to have to fight the exact same guy, and now I have this huge opportunity, which is way better in my book.
So wait, you weren't even offered a championship fight, even though when you won your last fight, it was told that you were getting a championship fight?
I was offered a fight versus Chris Dawkins, which I like.
Right, no, I know that.
But
Was it for the belt? Because the last time you came on, you had said that you thought that this was the guy that you were going to be fighting for the belt, and you thought it was stupid because you beat the shit out of him the first time you guys fought.
Yeah, I was offered it, and then I got hurt, and then this came up.
Yeah, I would have definitely taken this too, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, man, that's just terrific. I mean, we've been waiting for this for a while since we first had you on the show. So, we got your back, man. I wish we could fly out to Vegas just to watch it. Maybe Sucker Punch could set that up.
Yeah, you'll have to contact Brian about that.
Nice. Upload it to somebody else and tell them how crazy an idea it is. And to say, no, you're nuts. Sean's a classy guy. I like that. I'm behind that fully. He is.
Well, hey, buddy, you know what this part of the show is. This part of the show is where the floor is yours. Shout out everybody that you want to shout out, man. Shout out to UFC if you want to for giving you the opportunity. Floor is yours, buddy.
Yeah, man, I want to thank you guys, first of all, letting me on the show, talking to me. I always love hanging out with you guys, talking. You guys have supported me for a long time. on their road to the UFC, as everybody's been saying. But I want to thank New Jersey Nutrition, Eat Clean Bro as always, Thrive. They're awesome. They're doing all my acupuncture, doing all my chiropractic stuff. They're awesome. Recovery. Bulldog, Nicotunes, Ricardo Almeida's, Dante Rivera's, everybody, one of my training partners. My boxing coach, Anthony Rodriguez over at It's Own Boxing, Brian Wright at Killer B. It's a full team effort about everybody. Sucker Punch for, getting me the opportunity. It's been a huge team effort getting me where I am. We're going to keep the train going.
Buddy, God, we love having you on here. It's great that you could actually come on and talk about this. We wish you nothing but the best. Everything's going great for you, bro. Like you said, you have the condo. Everything's starting to move in the right direction for you, and we know you're going to succeed come July 31st. And man, I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait to see it.
Yeah. Definitely, man. Thank you. Thanks again for having me. You, Omar, everybody listens to the show. You guys have been huge backers. Kristen says goodbye. She's waving.
Yeah, come on. That's what I was trying to get to. I was trying to do what I could, Shawn. I could tell, man. I hear the peppers and shit in the background. It smells good.
It's all good.
Right? Take it easy.
Hey, you go enjoy that steak. You have earned it. I will talk to you soon, man. Hopefully we can get you on. If you want to come on right before your fight, you want to come on right after, you got an open invitation here, buddy.
Thank you, guys. You have a great night.
You too, man.
You
Take
too,
care.
pal. Oh, God, I'm so excited for his fight, bro. I really am.
I think he's gonna take some souls, and I feel as though this is gonna be a pretty wild year for our boy. I really do feel that way. Like starting now, like starting at the next fight, and a year from now, oh man, he's in that perfect division, as long as he stays away from crazy jamokes like you telling him to drop to light heavyweight. But I think
I don't want to see him drop to light heavyweight. It's just I know how much of a fucking sick fuck Dana is. You know what I mean?
But Dana needs people, bankable people at heavyweight. Like, who really is he going to trot out Stefan Struve for another 25 times? I think at some point it's going to constitute as animal cruelty for bringing a giraffe out to fight that often over the course of its lifetime. You got me? You can't do that, bro. Okay, we need folks like Shawn that are skilled, and I wasn't joking. The fact that he's tooling up the hands, that's great. He's got the kicks, he's got all, but his type of fight style, I hope it stays together, because I want to have the same sort of conversations I have with him now in 10, 15 years. You know what I mean? Like, I hope he keeps that up, and he goes, listen, CTE is a real thing. I don't want any of it. I'm going to ground and pound my guys and take their necks or their arms or their legs, man. I think he could do it. I really do.
Bro, let me tell you something. He's working with Eddie Chambers with his boxing. I mean, if you folks don't know who Fast Eddie Chambers is, good God, just YouTube him. He was such a good boxer. He was such a good boxer.
Absolutely
right?
Legit. I agree there. I completely agree there. I just, I'm a softy for the fighter, so, as much as good as he's getting there, I still want to see him be like, and then just take people down. And call it a day, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
I mean, he's super skilled, and like you said, the heavyweight division, they need an influx of young talent.
Yes.
I saw.
Yes, they do.
I saw something on Facebook the other day that just made me laugh. That they said that the Bellator heavyweight division is more interesting than the UFC heavyweight division. I don't believe that, but what are your thoughts?
I mean, it all really depends on, to me, if they're going to continue with this gonzo matchmaking like they're doing from the tournament. If they do that in Bellator, obviously. If they do that in Bellator, then yes, it is more interesting. It still is. Shawn's not in the mix yet, so it's not like I'm crapping on him. But it's the weird matchmaking and the fact that, for a half second there, remember, Tommy? Rory McDonald was talking about getting into this heavyweight tournament. That's insane, first off, but it's gonzo matchmaking. So, yes, it's more interesting because anything could happen. All right? A fight with Crow Cop was scratched this morning. Not by common sense, not by, hey, he's past his prime, but by an injury. It was going to happen if nothing had gotten in the way. So, yeah, at this point in time, and maybe it's also a function of the fact that Stipe Miocic is going to beat the crap out of anybody that goes in there. So it's not as interesting, I'm excited for that next one fight. Him and Cormier is intriguing. Can't wait for that fight. I hope the injury bug stays away from both of them. But other than that, what else in that division, unless they catapult Teed, and get him in there, there's not a lot that's tugging at my heartstrings there. You look at Bellator, they can sign anybody at any time to fight at any weight. It's a Wild West a little bit out there, and I'm not just talking about the testing.
Well, according to Roy Nelson, they get tested a lot because, of course, some prick.
No, that's Roy Nelson getting tested for cholesterol and for heart disease because they don't want Roy to die. That's what that is.
For those of our fans that don't know, Fightbook MMA had me on that telephone press conference for Bellator 200 where, like you stated, Pro Cop had to pull out because of an injury. Some prick, asshole journalist that got to ask a question over me, which really pissed me off. The first thing he asked was, what Roy the testing. What kind of testing has been done or how much testing has been done because Roy Nelson was fighting Crow Cop. And that kind of irked me a little bit. And I'm a little upset that Crow Cop didn't get the opportunity to rip into this brick. Why? What's the point of bringing that up?
See, that in this context, it's funny. Like we're just talking shit. I get it, but yeah, it is what it is, and they have some testing, and but that was like a gotcha question, kind of, no?
Yeah,
like he wanted to
really
kind of like,
But you know what?
Yeah.
Roy deflected it well. He's like, well, Crow Cop's been tested just as much as I have, and nothing's happened. But like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You're trying to make a name for yourself,
That's exactly what it
one
is.
Of the legends
trying to be
of the sport,
hard-hitting,
And he ended up falling
Look at
flat on
how
his
well
face.
that worked for Helwani, right? Didn't that work for Helwani? So maybe he's trying to find...
he gets a show with Chael Sonnen on ESPN.
Yeah. I mean, they're stumbling to the top, I guess. I'm not as hot as everybody else is on Ariel. Honest to God, I don't understand it a lot of the times. He's hit or miss.
I'm not a fan of his at all. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm really not a fan of his at all. I think he stepped into a perfect situation, and he somewhat flourished with it until he cried on air when he had his credentials taken from him, and that's what got him his credentials back because he made himself look like a fool.
That was funny how that happened, and by funny I mean terrible. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. He got his credentials back by the skin of his nose. So who knows?
And how pissed is Dana now? Like they just signed this deal with ESPN for 2019, and now he's legitimately
he's got to put up.
He's got to
put up with Ariel. Yeah, he's got to put because there's no love lost there by any stretch of the imagination. All right, I have in-laws that I'm better terms with than Dana White is with Ariel Helwani. So I'll tell you, I love my in-laws. My prospective in-laws, I should say. The girl's parents are great. He, on the other hand, Dana White hates our boy Ariel Helwani.
It's hard for me to blame him, and it's not just Dana. Fighters didn't like him either. Rampage would have loved to have twisted him into a pretzel.
Because you know what it is? This is where it comes out for me, and maybe it's because I've just been I've been reading a little bit about journalistic snafus because I'm weird and I like reading about that stuff. But it's like he plays the journalist in order to get a little bit of that credibility and that panache, like that gravitas when he's on the mic, right? But then when it comes to protecting his sources and to being, doing things that actual journalists do, he's terrible at it. Name one source that Helwani's had that the internet has not been able to suss out in short order. Name one. Right? He does get the scoops, Tommy. He does. I'll give him that. He's got his ear to the ground, and I think he's got enough Armenian mob money that floating through certain back channels that I think he gets the info, right? But it's not as though he's a vault when it comes to protecting source integrity, which then baffles me as to how he keeps getting scoops, because people know that telling him is just like going on Twitter and telling the world, So I don't get it, and that's what I don't like. It's kind of very disingenuous with the way he is. Chael says wild things, but it's a gimmick. He tells you it's a gimmick, and then you suspend your disbelief, and it's interesting to hear, and it's funny. It's endearing in many ways. Some ways he comes off as a jackass, and he is. But Ariel, I feel like he's trying to play two sides of one coin. I can't stand. But hey, apparently that's how you get on ESPN nowadays. I don't know. They got to fill in the gaps.
It's just name recognition alone.
They got to fill in the gaps with the
name recognition.
Having done what it did, right? Like they fired everybody, for shenanigans at that station. So who knows, man? They got to get body count, and he does have the name recognition. Name somebody else that like hardcores and slight non-hardcores get, because he's still not like a crossover name, like say rest in peace, one of my favorite sportscasters of all time, like a Stuart Scott, right? You say Stuart Scott's name, has like 90% of a demographic in America knew who the hell he was, right? And they still do. And they still know his sayings.
Yeah.
You mentioned Ariel Helwani. You and I know. Maybe more people know. But who else in the MMA community, in the MMA journalistic community, can you name? I know like Kevin Iole, maybe a little bit. Luke Thomas. I mean, but I'm a hardcore. You know what I mean? Snowden. Not Eric, not the leaker.
Snowden.
But Jonathan. Yeah. Sherdog, Jeff Sherwood. The whole staff out there at Sherdog. Like, there's a few, but we're hardcores. He's the only one that's really kind of bubbled past that surface to mainstream.
Maybe some of those guys should work for BJPenn.com so they can actually get some validity on their articles that they write.
Stop it. Get out of here. All right. No. Ben Folks. Shout out to Ben Folks. That's another guy I admire. Like, I see guys, I see him weigh in on things, and I'm like, wait a second. I need to pay attention. It's almost like, when a professor you admire starts talking versus when a professor that's just a jackwagon starts spouting off. You know what I mean? Like, the dumb professor might get it right a couple times here and there, but when the one you respect, you sit down. Luke Thomas has something to say, I'm listening. I just am. Ben Folks.
I like Luke Thomas. I like him a lot. I mean, some of the things that he comes up with, I'm not, I'm not too with, but I mean, it's all opinionated,
Exactly, and he's a veteran too, no? For real, like legit. Like he was, I think he was a veteran of the armed forces, just like you, bro. I'm telling you.
Well, I like him even more now.
There you go. See, I knew you would.
Well, hey, buddy, this is a fun show. It's always fun when we can get Shawn on here to just shoot the shit with us and have a lot of fun.
Shawn's the man, and his lady, his lady friend is a saint. We're having patience with us because she was cooking up a great steak, right? And you could tell that she was just like, "Hey, get off the phone." All right, and I just made her Jamaican. I don't know.
Hey, she shares our stuff on social media, with Instagram and stuff like that. So it's nice. We have great backers like that, and I can't wait for his fight, July 31st. I really can't, buddy. Another show in the books, man.
82.
I'm not gonna ask. I'm not gonna ask if we're gonna have another show this week. We'll play it by ear. If we do, we do.
Play it by ear. You bastard. You bastard.
Yeah.
You had to. I know.
We'll play it by one ear. You asked for it.
I did. Yeah, you got me. Way to go.
Oh, man. Listen, let's give a quick shout-out to our sponsors again. They've been with us since the very beginning. 80K Fightwear, Black Hole Jiu-Jitsu, Madama Jiu-Jitsu, 2 Minute Warning Sports 360, and our new partnership, our buddy Roberto Villa. Yeah, is that better for you, pal?
No. Villa. Roberto Villa, yeah. Please. Right?
And everybody over at Fightbook MMA, we just want to thank you guys for accepting us into the family. And I can't wait to do the show again, either this week or next week. We're going to keep trying to get some more great guests for you guys to come on here and have some more fun with. So, buddy, this was a great night, pal.
Always is with you, Tommy. And I mean that. It always is, bro.
Listen, man, we've got more in store for you guys coming up in the future. So just keep listening, keep supporting us. We're going to get some more great guests on here and have some fun on Monday nights. So for the Latin sensation, who's taking Pride rules across the nation, El Profesor,
yes, sir.
Omar Sangarima, I'm the Reverend Tommy D. We did not have Kareem with us tonight. Hopefully he could join us for the next show. We are Pride Rules Podcast. Good night.